Okay, so like you all said, this is sales data. By men looking at it, you would see that this data started with the row ID, the order ID. So the only time you place an order is where there are sales, right? This is the order date, the date when the buyers, the customers placed the order. So from this order date, I used text formula to derive our order day, the order month, and the order year. And this column you are looking at here is quarter. What's the meaning of this? I You know that in 1 year, how many quarters do we have in a year?
Three,
Yeah, three
think three,
quarters.
three
Is
quarters.
it three or four?
3 quarters should be three. Oh, 4 months they make in 1 quarter.
I don't know, because it looks like sometimes they count three months. So
Three months. And when it counts
That's
three
four
months, it will
quarters
be
now.
four.
because that's
Yeah, that
what,
will
That's
be
four
4 quarters.
quarters. Sure.
That's
yeah,
4 times 3, 12.
so that's 4 quarters. So what I did was I used this month here to I used a formula to derive these quarters. Do you understand? For
Okay.
each of the this thing, for the first 4 months, first quarter, first 3 months, first quarter, second 3 months, second quarter, third 3 months, fourth quarter, and the last quarter. We will still look at that later. The reason for this is maybe when you want to look at your this thing, when you want to look at what happened in each of the quarters. You want to look at your analysis, not just as what happened in each month. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain?
Yes, ma'am.
Not just what happened every month. You want to see how was this business in the first quarter, in the second quarter, in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter. How was this business? So that is it. I believe you understood why this thing suddenly changed to 4, because before now I wanted to see the list. I arranged this, I sorted this rather, from smallest to highest. So but seeing that this is September and is the last quarter, I needed to put it back so that you guys can understand when I say the last 3 months is the last quarter. Do you understand? So all of these things I derived them myself. Don't forget that they were not here. I was the one who used my credibility to check whether, although the question given for this data, for the pivot table on this data, demands that we analyze the data according to what happened in the 4 quarters of the year. So I had to use a formula to derive this. Before we end our Excel, remind me. I will show you how to do this. I don't want us to go into it. It will kind of deviate us from what we have tonight. So this is the ship date. The reason we always focus on this order date is that the day an order was made is the day the product was sold. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's why we don't bother about ship dates. Somebody can pay for a product today, you decide to ship it 1 month after. It doesn't mean that that's when the product was sold. So we focus on order day. Any order date, sorry. Anytime you want to use your text formula to derive days, your months and your year. Please focus on your order dates. Forget about your ship dates. Usually it doesn't really make much sense in analysis. Okay, so this is ship mode. What does this ship mode mean? How did they ship the product after they bought? They have first class mode, they have standard class, they have second class, and apparently maybe that's the all that there is. So maybe these modes are determined based on the level of your purchases and other stuffs. Then customer ID, you know what that is. The customer names, you know what that is. The segment, this segment is those items, what are they? Like some products are under corporate, that's their segment. Some products are under home office. Then maybe I wouldn't know how many of that we have here, but that's what this segment stands for. Then this is the country where this business is located. Then this is the city. So in this country, these are the cities where this business is located, and these are the states. You shouldn't be surprised. You can understand that businesses like Jendol, you have them in every city, in every state, in every country, right? So
Yes.
this is not
Yes,
a
ma'am.
sole proprietorship, it's not a one-man business. So don't be surprised as to how they are located in almost all the cities and all the states and all of that. By looking at the data, you know that this is a very big business. So this is the postal code, this is the region, the western region, the eastern region, and all of that. And this is the product ID. And then that brings us to the category and the subcategory. And then these are the products that they sell, whatever that they call it. Okay, those are the products that they sell. And these are the sales price, these are the quantity. So this thing is sold for this amount, currently this amount per one. So when the person now buys, you multiply the quantity by the price currently to get to your profit, and this is the discount given to whoever that buys based on the quantity that they bought. So from all indication, this is a sales data. There is no argument about it. Okay, so what I just did now is what you're supposed to do to every data you get before you start your analysis. Then another thing is always, like I've said severally in our classes, cross-check your title with the content in the column to be sure that what you have up here is what you have there. To avoid seeing other day and the title is other month, or seeing other month as the title and what it contains is other day, it is going to disrupt your data. So confirm those things. So I said that today we are going to work on pivot tables. Okay, and yesterday I tried to say that pivot tables is one of the ways we analyze using Excel. In Power BI, you can easily get into your this thing and start creating your dashboard, but in Excel it's not wired like that. So you have to create your pivot table first, and then from your pivot table you can be able to create your chart. I don't know who is making this background noise, but then for the sake of our peace, permit me to mute everybody. I don't know where I'm hearing that chika from.
It's from Martha.
Okay. I don't really know how well I can perform if I'm moving back and forth, having to check when someone is asking a question or something, but please, I need that peace for now. So maybe after I'm done with a step, I will check back on you guys to know how far. So the first step when you want to insert a pivot table is to select your data. If I'm sure you are seeing my cursor as it moves. You see this arrow that is at this point of your left hand of your Excel. Just click on it and the entire table is selected. This is my cursor. Come to this leftmost part. On top number 1, in between number 1 and column A, you will see this thing here. Just click on it and the entire column, the entire table is selected. Then click on insert. After you have selected your table, you click on insert. Having clicked on insert, the first this thing under file you are going to see says pivot table. You click on this pivot table. Then it says from table/range. You select. Then it's telling you that this range covers from this part of this table to this part of this table, meaning everything that you have selected. Is this all you want to work with? That is all we want to work with, so there is no altering it. We come to this place. You see this place that has new worksheet and the existing worksheet. Please remove it from new worksheet and put it on existing worksheet. Having put it on existing worksheet, you discover that your cursor moved from this table range to your location. Then you come to this sheet 1. Already, you must have added a sheet. You notice that I have added sheet 1 already. So the moment I selected sheet 1, Excel recorded it for me here that I'm going to sheet 1. That is where I want this pivot table to be. Then it's now asking me which part of this sheet 1 do I want to drop this pivot table. Anywhere I select in the whole of this place, if I like, I can move to the extreme end and go and select it. It will drop it there for you. It's your choice. Excel is very, very obedient to you. So let's assume I decide to select. Usually when you want to select, always give gap up here because a lot of things might necessarily need to come there. So, but for now, let's continue. So I pick here. You notice that the moment I picked here, it has registered here. And that's all that is needed. You click OK. As you click OK, your pivot table appeared. It's not just your pivot table that appeared. You see the pivot table fields that appeared at the right hand side. This thing contains all the columns that is on that table. It brought a summary of everything that is on that table for your visualization. Everything that you have on that table is here. Everything that you have on that table is here. So this is where you select whatever you want to select from. You can decide to search for it in case your data is much. Maybe I'm looking for sales. The moment I typed sales, sales just appeared, leaving every other one aside. If I'm done with it, I can remove it and every other thing that is in the table reappears. This is what it looks like. Are we clear? Can I move on?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Okay. Please, if you know your background is noisy, pity us and mute yourself, please. Only when you want to talk to us, you can unmute yourself. Let's not be going back and forth. It's not doing this recording well, please. So this is the process of putting your pivot table. So the data we want to work with actually has a question attached to it. Let us look at the first question that they asked us here. Hopefully, if I have the question here, okay. I don't have the question on this one. I think here is where I have the question. Let's look at the question. The question says, what are the total sales under each category of items? What are the total sales under each category of items? Please, how many columns are involved in this question?
The columns with the currency or money, sha. Like
The
if
question says, please listen to the question. What are the total sales under each category of items? What are the columns involved in that from the table that we have just studied? What are the columns involved in this question?
Sales,
sales
category.
category, yes, subcategory.
Don't give us what is not in the question. Please read the question. What are the total sales under each category of
Sales
items?
column.
How many?
Sales and category.
Very good. Sales and category. You know why I'm doing what I'm doing? This actually is supposed to be your personal job, but I want to make your journey easy. If you're able to derive all of those stuff, if you're able to find out all of those secrets, your journey in analysis will just be very, very easy. So having read that question, we confirm that the two columns involved are sales and analysis. Sales and categories.
Category.
Yes. So here, under this columns that we have here, we have something that said drag fields between areas below. These are the areas below. We have filters, we have columns, we have rows, and we have values. As we go on, you are going to understand what each and every one of them are and how they function. But the first thing I would want to tell you now is that every information that is on this table that has to do with money, currency of whatever kind, bring it under value. If you did not learn anything this night, please learn that one. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever that has to do with currency, if there is money involved on that column, bring that column under values. Then as we go on, we are going to see what the rest of them are. And our question said, what are the total sales under each categories? The first thing we are looking for here is sales. And here is your sales. The moment I dropped my cursor on this sales, did you notice what happened? It turned to a cross, right?
Yes.
So you double click on it and drag it down to value. Why did I put it under value? Because
It involves money.
it involves money. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one said under each category.
Each category.
I dragged my category and put it under rows. I didn't put it under columns because I didn't want it to stand like this. I want it to stay this way. That's why I brought it here. Did you notice something? This is sum of sales. This sum of sales, you can actually click on it and click on value field settings. Let's assume they said check for average sales. This is where you can find your average sales, your max sales, your minimum sales, the product of your sales, and the count of your sales. But this one said total sales. So sum means total. Sum is the same thing as what? Total. When you are asked to sum something, it simply means put all of them together. That's the simple English. So we have sum. I'm sure you know what I did. I put my cursor here, I right clicked on it, I came down to value field settings. I clicked on it and it showed me this table. So had it been they said average sales, I would just simply click on average and click OK. Everything here will turn to average of sales. So but what we are looking for is sum of sales. I keep it here. If you did not learn anything in this entire data analysis, please learn what I'm showing you. Because the day you would want to change to average of sales or other things, you can sit here for 2 hours looking for a way around it. Excel can be that
Mm-hmm.
tricky.
Mm.
Okay, so having done this, did you see this drop down here?
Yes.
What we are looking for here is the total sales under each category. Did you see all our categories? Furniture,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yes.
is
Yes.
the
Office supplies.
office supply, technology, and we have something here that is not needed. It's called blank.
Yeah.
You will be very blessed if you learn everything I'm telling you in this class. Because
Yes.
by the time you come for
Blank.
me again, you might not find me. It might be a prophecy. Click on this drop down here
Mm.
and come to this place and uncheck
Click
this
blank.
blank. Uncheck it and click OK. Did you notice what happened?
Yes.
It has disappeared.
It has disappeared. You notice some people will do their pivot table finish and that blank will be there. It doesn't make sense because it's not giving any information. So provided it's not giving us any information, it's valueless.
Mm.
Do you get that?
Yes, ma.
So this is it. Then maybe you are now asked to show among all of these things, this what is it called? This technology, office supply, furniture, these are the categories, right? Which one of them,
Categories.
yes, which
Yes.
one of them made the highest profit for the year? What do
Mm.
you do? You just put your cursor on it, right click on it, click on sort. You don't even click, just let your cursor be on sort. It will show you sort smallest to largest, sort largest to smallest. You click on largest to smallest. You see that technology has come up
Mm.
Yes.
and the office supply has come down. So if you are
That means
asked which,
technology is the highest.
yeah, technology made the highest sales in this business.
Sales.
If they had said sort descending, we want to see the one that made the least, you just right click, you now sort from smallest to largest. and then office supply comes up. That's the smallest of it all. Then let's assume they said in each of the months of the year, which, or rather in, let's say in each of the years, because we have several years, which of these in each year, let's see which of these categories that made the highest sales per the year. I just hope that this hasn't summarized everything. We are looking for other year. You pick your other year and put it under filter. Now it's showing you that this, for all the years in this business, okay, so let's see, for all the years in this business, which one made the highest? Yeah, as usual, I think it's still technology. Sort largest to smallest. Technology made the highest. Oh yeah, let's check in 2015. In 2015, which one made the highest profit? We uncheck everything and select 2015 and click OK. Which one made the highest profit in 2015? Sort largest to smallest. Technology made the
It's still
highest.
technology.
Still technology. Let's see in 2016. In 2016, furniture
Right.
made the highest profit. Are you seeing something? In 2017, it's possible to assume, because technology made the highest profit in all the years, it's possible to assume that they in each of the years they are leading. Do you understand? But
Yes.
this is showing you now that they are not leading in all the years. Okay, so in 2017, which one? Technology. In 2018, which one? I'm sure technology again, because technology is one thing that is used widely. So that is it. So anytime you need to filter by anything, drag that column to this place. I might not answer all the questions about this for you, but I'm just trying to give you an insight that will lead you. Our time is fast going. I would want us to pick one more question. After that question, plot our what is it called? Our chart. And if time permits us, I will show you how to insert a slicer. And I would want us to do that before you start your project. If you can't do it today, then I would have to do a recorded class and send to us so that you can see how to insert your slicer. Okay, so back to the
Please, I
data.
have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, I understand why we drag sum of sales because it's is value. Then the rows, the category to rows section. But why did we drag the what's it called? The other year to filters.
Because we are using it to filter. We are using it
Okay.
as a filter. So we want to see individually at each year what was made. So you just have to use it as a filter so that you can select each of the years individually. Do you understand?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Thank you.
All right. So we check for question. Sorry, I'm trying to get how I placed those questions. This is actually a project I've worked on. Okay. Then this question says, which were the top 3 states from each region that made the highest average profit? Which were the top 3 states from each region that made the highest average profit? How many columns are we dealing with?
State, region,
1, 2,
profits.
Very good.
3.
Yes.
State, region, and profit.
Region and sales.
You guys are doing well.
Okay, profit.
Profit,
Okay,
profit,
profit is there. Profit,
profit.
yes.
Yeah, profit.
You are doing well. So to put your second pivot table, you go back to the data. This is
Okay.
where you would always get your pivot table from. Make sure this data is selected. Once it's selected, you are good to go. Click on insert, click on pivot table. This was the process we followed. Click on table range. You see,
Okay,
we did not insert our column. So that's it. So before you start, you would have we did not insert a new sheet. You should have inserted,
A new sheet.
yes, did not insert a new sheet. So, okay, but then we could have actually worked, let's see, we could have actually worked with the sheet that we had before. Yes, I think I was the one.
Yes, you had the state
Yes, we could still work with it.
and
So
region.
click on this and then existing worksheets, and then on this
Sheet
select where you
1.
want it to be and then click OK, and your pivot table is here. You can arrange it as you want. Okay, so what was the question? What were we asked? Which were the top 3 states, right?
Yes,
From
ma.
each
Yes, ma'am.
region
Each
that
region that
made
made the highest
the
average
highest
profit.
average profit. Okay, the first thing we are looking at here is states. You see that it has left from 2 columns to 3, right?
Yes.
Mm,
From each region.
region.
Did you notice what I did?
And then
Yes, you drag it to the rows.
Yes, but I made sure that the region came before the
region came
state,
first.
Okay, the states. Okay.
because the state is under region, right?
Region. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Then that made the highest what? Profit,
Profit.
Profit to be in values.
Values.
values. Then he said the highest average profit.
Average
You see
profit.
where what I showed you before came to play. What we have here is total profit.
Yes.
Some. Mm,
Yes.
Total
So
profit. So
now,
what do you do? Click on
right
it.
click.
right click.
And come
Then
to
go to
value
where
Value
field
field.
yes, value
settings,
field
and you select your
Select average.
average
average.
and you click OK.
Mm.
Then it said which were the what? Top 3 states
Top 3 states.
from
Top three
each
states from each
region
region
that
that
made
made
the
the highest
highest average
average
profit. We are going
profit.
to sort. How are we going to sort it? We are
We're going to
sorting
sort
From
from the
highest,
highest to
to
the
largest,
smallest.
largest to
Smallest.
smallest.
So see what I did. First, I sorted the region.
mm-hmm,
Did you notice? It
mm-hmm.
wasn't this west that was here before.
It was east
It was east. So
and
now that we sorted
mm,
highest to smallest, west came up.
west.
But remember they
Mm,
said which were the top 3 states from each region, right?
Yes.
yes,
So now that we have sorted, we have known that west is the first
the highest.
region, the highest. But they did not even ask us for the highest region. They said from every region. That's what the question is saying. If you understand the question very well, it says from every region. I want to get the
Each
top
region,
3 states. For this reason, you come to these states and sort also what?
From
Ascending
largest to
to
smallest. Yeah.
smallest. Now that we have sorted, you can now see to yourself that this
Montana.
Montana,
Mm.
whatever they called it, Nevada,
Yummy.
they cannot come and bite my tongue for me.
Is yummy, yummy,
Yummy, okay. So,
yummy.
and Nevada, these 3 are the highest from west.
In the West region.
Yes, in the eastern region, these 3 are the highest. Then the southern region, these are the highest. Do you
Then in the
understand?
central.
And in the
Yes,
central,
ma.
these are the highest. So, but how do
So
you
that means they're asking per region.
hmm?
Yes, per region.
Yes, that's please let's get back to the question. You need understanding of
Mm-hmm,
that
of the question.
question. See what
from
the question said.
top three states,
Which
each region.
were the top 3 states
Wow. From each region.
from each region
From each region.
that
Mm,
made the highest average profit? Until
profit.
you
Oh,
understand this question, please don't do anything.
okay.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay. So having when you are asked this type of question, you are supposed to specify them. So how do you specify? You can use colors. Oh,
okay.
Jesus. This is supposed to be a very long class. Honestly, very long class. For profits like this, I personally like using colors. Do you get?
Okay.
Mm,
If we are talking about the least profitable, I like using red to show that they are least profitable. So
He
this is
has
it.
poor performance.
Yes, to show they have poor performance. So with this now, you can come to this place because your stakeholders does not have the time to come and sit down. Okay, what is this person talking about? What is this data talking about? Just give this thing to them in a way that it will be very simple for them. What do? You This is where what I taught you the other time, if you remember, merge and center. You drag,
okay.
you click on merge and center to put this together, and you come here to type. The top 3 states with highest average profit
Profit.
from each region.
Region.
then you come and use this same green color. So what you are telling your stakeholder is, you see this green here, whatever that is here is what you are seeing here. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So even someone who is not a
Yes.
data analyst, by men looking at this now, they can be able to say that, okay, is that, but remember that they said from each region, which means what you did here, you should do here,
You
and do
have to color those ones too.
exactly. And then don't forget that we still have our blank here.